In this video, we are exploring the role of SAFe Scrum Master. You may already understand what is expected from the Scrum Master, but we are talking about SAFe Scrum Master, which means what Scaled Agile Framework expect from a role named Scrum Master. The first thing is, in Scaled Agile Framework, the role can be called Team Coach. So, SAFe Scrum Master or a Team Coach, you can use whichever title helps you in understanding and communicating the role well. We are exploring the role and responsibility of Scrum Master / Team Coach. Now, from a Scaled Agile framework perspective, the Scrum Master / Team Coach role has been categorized into 5 categories, and we will explore these categories in detail. But first, let's understand where this Team Coach belongs to. The Scrum Master / Team Coach is a member of Agile team. As we understand, in Scaled Agile Framework, we have a big team which has smaller Agile teams. So, the bigger group of Agile teams which forms bigger team is called Agile Release Train, and inside the Agile Release Train we can have say 5 to 12 Agile teams. So, your Scrum Master Team Coach is expected to take care of that particular Agile team which the person belongs to. The Scrum Master Team Coach is a member of Agile team. There is a possibility in some cases the Scrum Master / Team Coach might be member of 2 Agile teams. So, that is a possibility, but for a simplicity sake we are saying that okay, the Scrum Master take care of a given Agile team. Now, I am a member of this particular Agile team. I am, as a Scrum Master Team Coach, is a coach, mentor, trainer, leader, facilitator for this team. So, I should ensure I should take care of this team so that this team can produce the valuable results for the organization. They can help the stakeholders in achieving what they want to achieve. They can meet the purpose for which they have been formed. Yeah. So, especially my role is an enablement role. My role is facilitative leadership role, and I should help my team in producing business value. So, that is the overall understanding of a Scrum Master role. Let us get into the 5 category exploration of the role of Scrum Master / Team Coach. Starting with facilitating PI planning. So, as you understand, the magical meeting of Scaled Agile Framework called PI planning meeting. In Scaled Agile Framework, we work in the cadence of planning interval, which could be 8 to 12 weeks duration, which is many times referred as a PI. And before we close this planning interval, we need to do a planning for upcoming planning interval. And that is the meeting where we plan the upcoming planning interval for the full Agile Release Train is called PI planning meeting. So, the PI planning meeting is a big event. In a SAFe, we have an overall facilitator and leader who is called Release Train Engineer, who is the leader and facilitator of that particular PI planning meeting. But the Scrum Masters, because they are leader and facilitator of their Agile teams, work closely with the Release Train Engineer to ensure that we make best out of our PI planning meeting, and as a result of a PI planning meeting, each team knows what they are expected to do in the upcoming PI, because they have a clear objective for upcoming PI. So, we are exploring how Scrum Master helps in facilitating all the Scrum Masters the PI planning meeting. The first thing, readiness of your team for PI planning meeting. So, as you might have understood that in a PI planning meeting, my team should be able to plan so that they can identify the objective for upcoming planning interval, say duration of 10 weeks or whatever is the planning interval for you. Now, in order to ensure that, I as a Scrum Master should ensure that my team is aware of how much they can do. Do we have an estimation of our capacity and velocity? Have we seen how our previous PIs were? What kind of holidays are coming? What kind of planned leaves are coming? If we go without this preparation inside the PI planning meeting, we do not even know about our capacity. How do we load a work in our team? So, Scrum Master should ensure that before we enter into the PI planning meeting, we have a fair understanding of our capacity and velocity based on historical data and based on the holiday plans or leave plans which are available for us in the upcoming 10 weeks. So, that is the important thing. Second important, facilitation, as Scrum Master should do for a PI planning meeting for their team. Ensure that during the innovation and planning iteration, which is a thing where this PI planning meeting happens. So, we have a time for doing innovation and preparation for planning. The team has spent good time for preparing for PI planning meeting. That is also a reminder, facilitation the Scrum Master should do, so that team is coming inside the PI planning meeting with a clear understanding of the features as much they can during this time. They can do some exploration, they might have done some estimation of the user story. So, I should ensure that whatever best preparation we can do based on available information, we should use that time to get ready for upcoming PI planning meeting. So, after knowing velocity and capacity, I should make sure that my team spend good time in understanding and identifying the work, the size of the work, the details of the work, the complexity of the works, the dependency of the works before we enter inside the PI planning meeting. So, that is another important aspect for facilitating PI planning meeting, or I would say preparing for PI planning meeting to start with. The third thing is, team should have well reflected on their performance, previous PI's performance. That is a regular retrospective job. The Scrum Masters, team coaches are expected to ensure that teams are inspecting and adapting on their performance, processes and work, but special consideration should be done before we enter into the PI, because now we are going to plan for upcoming planning interval. We should be taking care of our learning so that we do the right amount of planning. The another area which might be relevant is the Scrum Master team coach ensures the team is aware of the coding guidelines, technical practices, definition of done, the environmental challenges or environmental things which impacts their work, so that they are going in the PI planning meeting with well understanding of environment, their capacity and work. Enough, let us get inside the PI planning meeting then. Now, inside the PI planning meeting, you have a big agenda. Typically, the Scaled Agile Framework recommends 2 days of PI planning meeting. That is an starting with, you may do 4 half days depending upon how you are running the thing. Inside the PI planning meeting, lot of facilitation would be needed for breakout sessions, because here we need to do some breakout draft preparation of our plan. So, Scrum Master becomes a facilitator for breakout sessions. Scrum Master should also ensure, or a team coach should also ensure, that the team is applying sufficient amount of detailing. They are doing sufficient amount of detailing as per PI planning meeting, not too much, not too less, because we have a limited time. That the time box of our breakout session is critical. We should achieve sufficient amount of visibility during that particular time box. The Scrum Master / team coach are expected to work closely with other Scrum Masters and team coaches to ensure the interdependencies can be agreed upon during this PI planning meeting itself. Yeah. Sooner we develop that agreement, sooner we have understanding of the whole agile release train level plan. So, Scrum Master, team coaches may conduct various sync up meetings during the PI planning meeting to get and share what is happening in their team area, so that they have a common understanding for the dependencies and the timeline related to the work which is coming in upcoming PI. Once these things starts framing up, a particular artifact which is called ART level planning board, which is an essential thing to show the integration of all agile release train plan. The release train engine may facilitate it, but the Scrum Masters plays a critical role in ensuring that we have a ART level planning board developed jointly for the complete agile release train. Scrum Master should ensure that PI objectives for a given team, for their own teams, are written well, understood well. The business value is also understood well. The Scrum Master should also ensure the risk dependencies are identified and taken care. Risk has been put into proper categorization, sometimes also called roaming. Yeah. They work closely with the release train engineer to ensure that the risk dependencies are planned in the upcoming PI duration, for the upcoming PI duration, which is a planning interval. The Scrum Master should also play a critical role in taking the confidence vote. They are working closely with the release train engineer to ensure that the confidence vote is collected from the team as well as for the whole agile release train level. So whatever your team is doing inside the PI planning meeting, you as a Scrum Master is helping them, teaching them, ensuring that they are applying the sufficient amount of detailing and coming up with the desired outputs for achieving the PI planning meetings objective. So that's the first type of role you do inside the PI planning, facilitating the PI planning. Now let's get into the further more details. Supporting your iteration execution. Now by default, when you talk about Scrum Master role, this is something which is get discussed. Now what does it mean? So in SAFe we follow SAFe Scrum, which means you have a team backlog, you take up the work, you put into the iteration planning meeting, you do a daily sync, you have an iteration review, you do iteration retrospective, you have some more sync ups meetings happening, you have a backlog refinement. So there are many iteration level, team level events are expected to happen. And the team coach should ensure that we make best use of these events or meetings. What is the result we can expect if the planning meeting is done in a half-hearted manner? So the Scrum Master team coach should ensure the intent of all these events, explain the objective of these events to team members and the product owner which are part of your agile team, ensure that we do sufficient amount of readiness for these meetings and we follow a structure in the agenda which ensures collaboration from all the team members to achieve those desired results. So for example, ensure the iteration planning meeting is done in the collaborative manner. We have applied sufficient amount of detailing to understand what can be done in the given iteration. We should identify the iteration goal as a result, and we should also visualize our iteration backlog in the form of Kanban board. So that's like an example. Similarly, the team sync up, ensure that it happens on a regular interval. We really do inspect and adapt on how we are progressing towards team goal. The iteration review ensures that right stakeholders are present. The product owner is working closely with the stakeholder to take a feedback on our product increments. In the retrospectives, the team coach should ensure the team is putting sufficient amount of introspection, retrospection to identify how should they move forward in order to achieve better processes and results. So you play as a Scrum Master team coach a significant role in ensuring various team level activities or iteration level event. What else? While you are supporting iteration execution, you also need to take care of various problems which may arise. Many times the role or a term servant leadership is discussed. What is servant leadership? Resolving problems, impediments which are coming in the team's way. It could be interdependency related impediment, it could be infrastructure related impediment, it could be collaboration related impediment, it could be because of conflict those impediments are coming. Whatever block is coming, first I need to ensure team coach Scrum Master, so I teach coach people so they identify these blockages early. And once we identify these blockages, we remove them, we make them visible and we remove them. So the Scrum Master team coach is expected to play a critical role to ensure that we are removing those impediments. We should ensure that team is applying right quality practices. The definition of done is considering the overall releasability of the product, and once agreed upon, we are not taking shortcut in our quality. So that's something I also do while I'm supporting the iteration execution. The another important thing is ensuring collaboration with the stakeholders, business owners, and also many times coaching and mentoring product owners. Sometimes product owners are unable to elaborate the requirement in a small chunks. Then the Scrum Master team coach are expected to mentor and coach the product owners. So you support the overall iteration execution. Now improving the flow, pretty much related to it, but it majorly focuses on how do we make our flow of work faster. So it can be done, first we have a system to measure the flow. So as a Scrum Master team coach, I am responsible for ensuring transparency in the system. I should make sure everybody knows what is working and what is not working. So first make the flow visible, make the Kanban board visible, make the items blockages visible, and then look for the bottlenecks, look for the areas which are blocking the flow. Yeah, so that's my responsibility as a team coach. I should also help my team in identifying work in progress limits, yeah, which can help us in taking care of movement of the flow at a faster pace. So measurements, retrospectives, reflections, taking care of Kanban boards, continuously doing or leading sometime problem solving meetings to improve the flow. The other thing which can expect in the improving the flow is focusing on building quality, helping the teams to improve their technical practices so that the overall quality of our work is improved. So these are the things which can be done at this particular execution level. Now one thing we should keep in mind from a SAFe perspective, SAFe Scrum Master / team coach, it is also possible that this team might be doing SAFe Kanban rather than doing SAFe Scrum. In that case, you may not run iteration level events, but you still have a responsibility of ensuring whatever events are getting executed, they are focusing towards the purpose, and you are more and more focusing on improving the flow. So your team might be a SAFe Scrum team or a SAFe Kanban team. You as a team coach are expected to support their execution as well as improve their flow. So this is like working closely with the team. Now let's look at building high performing team. Now in the new management theory or word, we are improving and delivering product by developing people, by developing team, by ensuring that team has competencies and skills to get the things done. So as a role of a team coach / Scrum Master, I definitely take care of execution of iterations and improve the flow, but this will be my job which is more like action oriented. I need to ensure that most of these things can be done by the team themselves, and so that I am not the bottleneck in improving the flow. Team can improve their flow on their own, team can identify their issues themselves. Now how do I achieve it? By creating high performing team. So as a Scrum Master team coach, I should develop people, help my teams to have their working agreement, maybe in the form of team charters or team working agreements, help them in doing decentralized decision making, which means that they know how to make decisions themselves, they have an agreement on making the decisions. I teach and help them in understanding decision making frameworks. I help them in navigating and learning conflicts, how to work with the conflicts and how to overall ensure transparency so that trust can be built inside the team. I help my team member to know each other as well. So I need to focus on trust, I need to focus on capability, I need to focus on constructive interactions, I need to focus on decentralized and fast decision making framework so that we build high performing teams so that they can produce the result on a long term basis. So that's another coaching role where you coach, mentor team members, product owner, business owners to achieve the goal of high performing team. So PI planning done, iteration execution done, improving the flow done, building the high performance team done. Let's talk about improving the ART performance. So what does that mean? So we spoke about PI planning meeting, and there you might have visualized that Scrum Master is working closely with other Scrum Master and release train engineer so that we can have overall agreement on what we are doing in the PI. While we were focusing on iteration execution and improving the flow, we were focusing on one team and one iteration. But we should also have a continuous collaborative effort to achieve our PI level objective for whole agile release train. So improving ART performance is all about how do we work with other agile teams so that as a bigger agile release train, we apply system thinking, we take care of overall customer benefits and produce the desired value to our stakeholders. So improving ART performance role involves working closely with other Scrum Masters by way of participating in, say, coachings or meetings where you understand what is happening in other Scrum teams or other Kanban teams and how those things are impacting your work. Also ensuring that your work is also getting communicated and shared to others so that they can point out or they can provide feedback to us so that we can improve in our area of working. So, continuous and healthy communication, inter-team communication and inter-team dependency resolution is about ART performance. The release train engineer and Scrum Master work as a big system thinking team where they are working together to ensure that we are moving towards the common purpose which we have set in our PI planning meeting. Now, for that purpose, ensure that the various ART level events like system demos are happening at a right frequency and they are achieving their right intent. We are getting feedback, we are taking care of integration of our work as well as integration of our feedback at an agile release train level. So, that something is also another area the Scrum Master should collaborate with other Scrum Masters and release train engineer. Now, in the SAFe world, we do lot of things in our last iteration which is called innovation and planning iteration, in which the PI planning meeting happens. Now, innovation and planning iteration gives space for doing various collaborative activities amongst different agile teams and also gives a space for doing big problem solving workshops where we explore and collaborate to solve release train level problems. So, Scrum Master should play an active role during innovation and planning iterations to ensure good collaboration, good information exchange amongst different agile teams and facilitate and run some of the problem solving workshop. So, this role is primarily related to helping the overall agile release train in achieving the PI level objectives which we have made for our complete agile release train. So, in a simple word, the Scrum Master / team coach is expected to take care of their team very well, help them in producing the incremental value. At the same time, the Scrum Master team coach play a critical role in coordinating, integrating the effort between various agile teams and producing overall system level result, overall agile release train level result with the help of other Scrum Masters and release train engineer.